From the local station, the morning show starts now.
An architect and father of two now accused of killing a dozen people in Long Island. The community left reeling.
Guy's been quiet, never really bothers anybody. We're kind of shocked.
We have never stopped working on this case.
The evidence that led to an arrest after the case went cold for a decade.
More Florida homeowners losing insurance coverage. The problems insurance companies say need to be addressed.
And changing how the U.S. military could spend its money, the restrictions lawmakers are pushing on abortion and transgender service members.
Good morning. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Time now, 8:30 this morning. And of course, we got to begin with a check on the forecast.
We certainly do. Assistant Chief Meteorologist David Heckert is joining us here now. That's looking pretty nice out there.
Yeah, not too bad of a start out there, but we will be dealing with a lot of warmth later on today and also the threat for some scattered showers and thunderstorms as well. But you can see just some kind of mostly clear skies, partly cloudy skies currently from our South Bank camera looking over the St. Johns River and downtown Jacksonville. 78 degrees current number out at the airport, so definitely kind of a muggy start to the day. Light southwesterly breeze at around 6 miles an hour. And we're quiet for the most part here on Exact Track 40. You're looking good in Jacksonville, Nocatee, St. Augustine up through Brunswick. But out towards the west, we are watching some downpours here. This activity's kind of been developing from the Big Bend area, lifting northeastward. So I've seen some rain in Live Oak and Perry in the last couple of hours, kind of closing in on sections of Columbia County. And later on this morning, you get past 10 a.m., Lake City, Gainesville, you could see a couple passing showers. But for Jacksonville, the better rain and storm chance will hold off, it looks like, until we get into the afternoon time period. Numbers right now, we are in the 70s and 80s. In fact, Brunswick still sitting at 83 degrees, 78 in St. Augustine, 77 in Palatka, and 77 right now in Lake City. So for today, should be fairly quiet in the morning, and those scattered showers and thunderstorms quickly begin to develop heading into the afternoon. Upper 80s by 11, low 90s by 2 o'clock, with afternoon highs climbing into the mid-90s. I'll be back. We're going to pinpoint again the threat for rain and storms, also an update in the tropics, and some big-time heat returning when it arrives coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, David, thank you so much. Well, a man has been charged with first and second degree murder in the deaths of several women in a decade-old cold case.
And police believe he could be linked to the murders of nearly a dozen other bodies found at a New York beach. Shelley Malashi shows us what led to a married father of two to be put behind bars.
A major development in a cold case murder mystery. Since 2010, a series of murders terrorized a Long Island beach community. And now, a family man, father of two, and a New York architect is in custody.
Rex Heuermann is a demon that walks among us. A predator that ruined families.
On Friday, 59-year-old Rex Heuermann charged in connection with the deaths of three women, part of a group known as the Gilgo Four, including Amber Lynn Costello, Megan Waterman, and Melissa Bartholomew, all sex workers in their 20s who were found dead on the beach.
For us, this is a great, bittersweet victory after all these years of struggle.
Investigators say Heuermann became their main suspect thanks to email addresses with fake names, online search histories, and mitochondrial DNA matches linking him to the crime scene. Heuermann pleaded not guilty and was ordered to stay in custody without bail. We're also learning disturbing details about the murders and the suspect. Prosecutors allege Heuermann used burner phones and made taunting calls to a victim's family and admitted to the murder.
And for each of the murders, he got an individual burner phone.
The arrest was part of a larger investigation into an unsolved case involving at least 10 sets of remains discovered since 2010 in Long Island. Heuermann's attorney insists he's innocent until proven guilty.
The only thing I can tell you that he did say as he was in tears was, "I didn't do this."
I'm Shelley Malashi reporting.
Florida's property insurance crisis is getting worse. AAA announced it will issue non-renewals for some Florida homeowners. AAA blames inflation, excessive litigation, and last year's catastrophic hurricane season for its decision to cut back on policy coverage. The company says it will help those whose policies are not being renewed find alternate coverage. We Insure insurance agent Sean Way says there are also other factors that would cause carriers not to renew.
It could be geography, it could be the age of the roof, it could be the type of construction. Those are factors that carriers will use when they decide to non-renew particular book of business.
And Way also points out that some insurance carriers are seeing a net profit for the first time in years. He adds that whether or not Florida can escape this property insurance crisis, that all depends on how much damage, if any, will impact the state this hurricane season.
A 79-year-old man is in the hospital after he was attacked by a 7-foot-long alligator. Get this, he wasn't even near the water. So this was in southwest Florida. The man says he was walking on the street near his home. This was by a golf course on Thursday. While he was walking, the gator attacked him and bit him on the leg. The man was airlifted to the hospital right afterward. Experts say the gator that attacked him was a female, and she was protecting a nearby nest.
This episode doesn't appear to be an issue of the person behaving inappropriately. This episode appears to be just an unfortunate consequence of a mother protecting their young.
Motherly instincts, right? So experts say people should be cautious around bodies of fresh water where an alligator could have a nest, especially between dusk and dawn. The House passed a new defense policy bill on Friday, with many lawmakers voting on party lines. So the final tally in Friday's vote, was 219 to 210 in a close call. One of these bills was related to abortion policy and transgender health care access among service members. Before the bill goes through the Democratic-controlled Senate, lawmakers across both sides of the aisle are sounding off.
I would hope the American public would understand what the extreme MAGA Republicans have done to harm our national defense, to harm our ability to recruit and to maintain within our ranks the men and women that are serving today and we would want to serve tomorrow.
Even though it passed the House, the defense bill likely will not survive in the democratically controlled Senate.
A federal jury convicted a Las Vegas police officer of stealing nearly $165,000 during a trio of casino heists. According to reports, he was armed with a loaded weapon issued by the department during one incident. Caleb Rogers faces life in prison. Throughout the week-long trial, prosecutors had portrayed Rogers as a gambling addict who had grown increasingly desperate under a crush of debt. Reverend Jesse Jackson is stepping down as the leader of the Chicago civil rights organization Rainbow Push Coalition. He founded the organization back in 1971. A spokesperson for his son says Jackson is simply retiring. Reverend Jackson remained active in civil rights in recent years despite health setbacks. He'll be 82 years old this October. Jackson plans to announce his plans at the Rainbow Push Coalition's convention in Chicago this weekend.
St. Johns County, you're up. This weekend is your final chance to take part in our fun summer-long competition where all of our local communities get to brag and tag about themselves. It's the Snapjacks Community Challenge. Now, we are challenging our local counties to post pictures and videos showing what makes their area an awesome place to live. You have to be a News4Jax Insider to do this, so go to news4jax.com/insider to sign up and also see the full schedule. We will share those videos and pictures in our newscasts and newsletters.
And check out today's News4Jax Insider Fan of the Day. This is Rick Donahue, and we appreciate you so much, Rick, for watching us. Well, if you want to be tomorrow's fan, guess what? We're now collecting submissions on Snapjacks, but you know our rules. You have to be a News4Jax Insider to share your amazing photos. And a World War II veteran just rang in his 104th birthday.
He sure did. The key, he says, that leads to a long, happy life.
Oh, yeah. And your chance to go under the sea. The cast of an upcoming musical joins us. They'll explain how you can be part of the fun.
News4Jax, worth watching every day.